What's up, guys? Aaron J. Dago here to talk about the world's most relentless stalker. That's right, you have somebody stalking you who will never let up. And by relentless, I mean persistent, like those of you on the channel who, no matter what, turn that gray like button blue for the YouTube algorithm. But yes, you have a relentless stalker who will never stop pursuing you. Relentless again means persistent, it's constant, it's continuous, and it is never ending. And by stalker, of course, we all know what that is. That's that cat who's always in your DM saying, hey, how you doing? Yo, what's up? And you like, why are you always in my messages, yo? Well, aside from that crazy cat, again, there is a stalker who is relentlessly pursuing you and will never let up. And that is the calling of God on your life. Now, we see this in the book of Isaiah, who is a person just like you and I, and he's in this vision where he sees angels and all kind of really awesome things happening in heaven. This is all in Isaiah chapter 6. And then in verses 8 through 9, God speaks out. He says, "Then I heard the Lord asking, whom should I send as a messenger to this people? Who will go for us? I said, here I am, send me. And he said, yes, go and say to this people, listen carefully, but do not understand. Watch closely, but learn nothing." So what are the deets on Isaiah's life up until this point? I don't know. Maybe he argued with his family. Maybe he didn't want to go to work. Maybe he had issues and setbacks. The Bible's not clear about that. But what it is clear about is the fact that Isaiah heard the voice of God calling him in spite of all of whatever setbacks he may have been going through at the time. You see, the purpose for which God created Isaiah was hunting him down. It was pursuing him. It was a relentless stalker that would never give up. In my particular situation, I had grown up in church and around the things of God. And when I was 12 years old, a missionary came through the church and spoke a message and shared about what he was doing in foreign countries. And God got a hold of my heart. I went to the front of the church and kneeled down and was praying. And God spoke to me and said, I'm going to use you. You're going to travel. You're going to speak to people in different nations. It was so clear and so real. And I committed to that calling on my life. But then I walked away from the things of God and ended up getting on drugs and going to jail and going to rehab. But on one particular occasion, I was sitting around with a group of friends, was smoking weed and passing the blunt around the circle. And I asked myself, do they hear the voice of God? Do they feel the conviction from the Spirit of God the way I feel right now? Because as we were smoking weed, I'm hitting that blunt and passing it. I could hear God saying, Aaron, I have more for you. I want to do great things with your life. What are you doing in this mess? See, what I'm sharing with you is the relentless stalker that would never let up. The calling of God, the plan of God to take a human life that was in so much brokenness and turn it around and do something great through it. Even when I tried to run away from that, I could not get away from it. And I want you to know that your purpose will never let you go. In fact, if you feel unfulfilled and unhappy and wondering what is the meaning of life and why am I even here, it could be because you have not tapped into the real reason God created you. And it doesn't have to always be this grandiose thing at every season of your life. Sometimes it's going to be parenting. Sometimes it's going to be showing someone how to do the work on the job. But over time, all those small acts of kindness in the right areas of life done consistently over time will add up to us fulfilling what is known as destiny, where we will have lived out God's purpose for our lives. And there will be grand moments and grandiose opportunities, but there will also be the mundane day-to-day things where we just have a prayer life, where we just commit to the things of God and help someone else. But whatever that is for you right now, I guarantee you, you will always feel that calling. You will always feel that stalker, that calling of God pursuing you, because it is relentless and it will never let up. And the best response we can have for this relentless stalker in our lives is to do like Isaiah said, here I am, send me. So whatever that next step is on your journey, I encourage you to commit it to God and tell him, here I am, send me. So thank you so much for watching. I'd love to add even more to your life through the books I've published. So I'll link them in the description below. You can check them out and grab whichever one would benefit you at this time. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell to stay updated with all the new uploads. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video together.